The G-Wade Podcast with Deacon Dirty.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy G-Wade holding it down, G-Wade Podcast, and I'm kicking it alongside with my man Deacon
Dirty.
And we have a special guest in the building. Blue Mile Music Consultants own, by way of Miami. Daphney Hilton is in the building. What's up?
Hey, y'all. This is your girl, Daphney Hilton.
All right, now. That's what's up. What's happening with you?
Not too much. I'm just glad to be here. Thank you for giving a shout out to my company, Blue Mile Music, which I am a co-CEO of that.
That's what's up.
So I appreciate that.
Yeah, man. Well, you know, we've met. You've been to the studio before. We've had fiascos here together.
Just a little challenge.
Little challenges.
A little bit.
And now you come to sit in the hot seat to kind of expose yourself to our audience. And we want to learn a little bit about you and what you do and who you are, ... So
it's a lot of dots. So we're going to keep going.
Right, just hold it down. So we're going to back it up. Mm-hmm. You know, I mentioned Miami because that's where you're originally from.
Yes.
So let's talk about Miami. What part of Miami are you from?
Actually, I am from the Dade County. I need y'all to understand there's a difference. I am from the Dade County.
Now, so when you say that, you have to say the Dade?
Well, you know, that's just what we do. I'm from the bottom.
Okay, all right. So she being Pacific.
Yes, Pacific.
Right.
I am from Dade County, Miami, Florida, actually an area called Brown Sub. Sometimes they call it Brownsville, but it's really outside of Hialeah. So anybody know anything about Hialeah and Miami Springs?
Okay.
We're right on that railroad track. So across the track is Miami Springs. The other cross is Brownsville or Brown Sub. So we call it the sub.
Okay.
Everything is the. I just want you to
put the in front
you
of
got that?
I see. So is it, you're saying it that way because is that the real Miami? Because a lot of people think South Beach is Miami.
Well, actually,
it is.
It is.
But, you know, that ain't the real living.
It's not the cultured Miami.
Gotcha. Okay.
South Beach is still a 305 or what is now a 786, I think.
Okay.
But all of that is Dade County.
Okay.
If you're not in Dade County, you're not from Miami.
Where are you from then?
You're from either Fort Lauderdale, West Palm Beach.
I got you.
That area. You know, Atlanta is a little different. So we're metropolitan Atlanta, but we have all these small cities. In Miami, you are from Miami.
Okay.
The 305, you are either from North Miami or South Miami.
Okay.
They have some areas in between, like Richmond Heights.
Liberty City.
Yeah, Liberty. Well, Liberty City, yes, but Liberty City is actually not on the map. Your address will be Miami, Florida, although you're from the city.
Gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Same thing with me. I'm from Brown Sub, but my address was Miami, Florida.
Gotcha.
My daddy is from Opelika, Florida, but his address is Miami, Florida.
Wow. Okay.
So that's Dade County.
Okay. That's what's up. Well, how was growing up in Dade County? Because that's what you hear a lot when somebody MIAO. You got anybody who scream out Miami, they're gonna say Dade County
because that's all you have.
Right.
We don't have a lot of counties.
Gotcha.
So if you outside of Dade County, you're not from Miami.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry, y'all from Fort Lauderdale. I apologize right now.
But you sound like me because when I hear people say they from DC, I'm like, hold up.
Absolutely.
Be Pacific.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where are you from? Where you
Maryland
live?
or Virginia?
You know, we draw the line. You know
Absolutely.
Because people say the DMV, like, I know you ain't from DC.
Right.
Because you from DC, you going to say
you're going to be from DC with the 10% tax, sales tax.
That part, yeah.
They probably 15%
they might
now.
be up now. Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
So, but how it was growing up in Miami, it was really good.
Okay.
Growing up in the hood.
Okay.
That's just what it is what it is.
So even though it's called sub, I'm thinking subdivision. That's what my mind went.
Brown Sub is just outside of the city.
Got you.
Of Liberty City, or the downtown area. That's just the area that it was Brown Sub or Brownsville. There's a middle school called Brownsville.
Okay.
So Laurel Park, that's the school I went to. But it actually wasn't bad. It was good. Single parent home. Never thought that we were poor, or I guess working class.
Yeah.
We all was working class. My neighborhood was pretty diverse.
Okay.
We all just had a little bit of money.
Yeah.
It wasn't like wasn't like all African American. Just pretty diverse, but we all just had a little bit of money.
Gotcha. So you grew up in a time where you could go to Miami.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh my God, yes.
Because there was a time where we couldn't go to Miami.
But you can still go, but you just have to know where you're going.
Matter of fact, I think there was a time where you even had to be out by a certain time, wasn't
yes,
it?
Yes. That's especially during the Mario boat lift riots and all of that. They had we even had so many curfews. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
But Miami is a good place, I think, to find culture. For all, it's an international melting pot. So you just have to know where to go and take somebody with you that know where to go. You know what I'm saying? But growing up was pretty good.
End up in little Haiti nowhere?
No, there's a little Haiti. There's a little Havana. Now they got a little Jamaica now.
Oh, really?
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Miami is an international melting pot. Melting pot. But growing up was fun. My mom, single parent, grew up in the church.
Okay.
Mom and dad both recording artists, local recording artists.
Okay.
Mom had a recording studio with a friend of hers. So, I mean, being in music, I never thought that my life was, how to say it? I never thought my life was different. I thought I was the norm. But as I got older, I wasn't, because between my mom and dad, every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, you in somebody's church singing at a musical at somewhere. And, we're used to that.
Yeah.
As we got older, we started singing in another group, me and my brothers. We would go on the same thing, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, every weekend. We didn't play outside on the weekend. We was at somebody's rehearsal.
Wow.
We thought that was the
like
norm.
The Jacksons.
We thought that was the norm, until, go to college and then you feel like your life ain't the norm.
So that's when you started being able to get a little more diverse in college, not before then?
Well, no.
Like she said, I ain't say that. Mama
we
don't know.
We just grew up in a church.
Right. I feel you.
Right.
I feel you.
Right. Okay.
That's
my
funny.
family too. I mean, I could go deeper, but we love the Lord. I'll say that.
Yeah. Ain't God good? You know what I'm saying?
Ain't God good? Right. Ain't God good?
That is too funny. 7 of y'all? 6 or 7 siblings?
Actually, 6, but my mom had 3.
Okay.
Then my dad had another one, and then he had 2 from somebody else. I
Okay.
mean, hey, that's just what we do. But
It was the
I'm
day
the
of
only-
September.
I'm not right.
You know what I'm saying?
But I'm the only girl. Actually,
Only girl,
in
yeah.
the middle. Because
Wow.
I got brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How
I
was
have
that?
brothers.
Well
Interesting.
protected, I'm sure.
Interesting, because like you said, well protected, and I can tell this story. I hope you don't be listening to this, but I can tell the story. My oldest brother, we was in school, and I really liked this guy. Oh my God, I liked him so much. He was in a gang. And my brother was like, nah, you ain't finna get with him. I'm like,
Right.
But I like
love
him.
him.
I like him. So, he was looking at all the other girls. I was like, I want him to look at me like that too.
That's funny.
My brother was like, nah. And he told the guy, hey, that's my sister. You can't even talk to her.
Gotcha.
He meant that. And I was
Wow.
like so disappointed. And then one MLK parade day, and as we got older, and I saw him, I was like, oh God, thank you. That's all I could say was, Lord Jesus, thank you. Thank you, Lord. Because
Caught you on the right day, huh?
Absolutely. I was out of my mind evidently, because when I saw that, I was like, Jesus, Lord, I thank you, Father. It is what it is.
Now, is this a thank you, Father, because I see my husband, or thank you, Father, because I'm about to have some?
No, thank you, Father, that I didn't get in that.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
so this
I was
a
like, thank you,
safety
God, I didn't get
thing.
in that.
Wow.
Yeah, my
Then
brother
why
was like, no,
why?
you can't.
What did you see that made you?
His life and how things happen over time as we got older.
Gotcha.
It's like, whoa, thank you,
You'd have been
God.
a drug mule.
Probably.
She'd been up and down
Wouldn't even look
95.
the same.
Did it look the same?
No, I'm saying she wouldn't even look like she's like.
Oh, yeah, right.
No,
yeah.
he didn't even look the same.
Really?
Well, I mean, I don't know how deep I can go, but my family, we done dealt that. We done been in that. And in church.
I feel you.
Praise the Lord. Hey,
you talk about what you want to talk about on this
right.
on this show.
But
We
my
don't-
family, we've been in the whole drug thing,
I got you.
so,
Yeah.
but we just love the Lord.
Yeah.
Love the Lord, and you still got
Lord, we about to make this run.
a family full of gangsters.
We gonna need you to keep
What
us
Trick Daddy
safe.
say? What
But
Trick
you-
Daddy say? Lord, God, let the thugs too.
All right.
But you still love God,
You still love God.
But you work through that. Let me tell you the blessing behind this. I thank you for letting me be transparent.
And speaking of transparent, I'm gonna ask you a question after you say that, because you
Okay.
said you love God too. So I want to
Yeah.
ask something about that.
Yeah, but let me be
Sure,
transparent.
absolutely.
My family on my mom's side, daddy's side is a little different. my family on my mom's side, some people just really excited and passionate about everything.
Yeah.
Our family is exciting and they're passionate about everything. So whatever you're doing, you're going to be passionate and excited about it.
Right.
That's just what we do in my family. And, we dealt in that. We dealt in a whole lot of black market stuff.
Okay.
But I thank God for deliverance because these same people that dealt in that, some paid their time.
Yeah.
They now deacons in the church. They now laymen's in the church. My family is a family of laymen's. Everybody in my family, we work in the church somewhere in some capacity.
Yeah.
That's just how God called our family.
Yeah.
But when you live in the city, in the hood, you trying to make that money. Everybody, you got jobs, but back in the day, them jobs weren't doing
supplement.
You had to supplement.
You had to supplement.
And the blessing behind that is, my mom did not allow us to even get that close to that. That's why we sang so much. That's why every weekend, because if I had idle time, I probably would be on that corner, trying to get that money.
I feel you.
But the blessing behind it is my mom said no, because I see where you're going. And I see where the devil is trying to take you. Y'all need to do something else. So that's how we end up getting in. We were actually in a recording choir. I started at 13.
Okay.
My brother was 15, and then when my youngest brother got of age, he came in like 9.
Gotcha.
And we were the youngest one, the Ingram Gospel Singers. We were the youngest ones in that group because my mom said, I see where God is taking y'all, but I see where the devil is trying to take you to.
Right.
My oldest brother was in a gang because I was trying to get with his gang.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just thank God for that because we really could have been, the story could have been different.
Absolutely.
And don't get me wrong, I love to turn up. But now I just have to turn up
I
for
know
the Lord.
I know how we was talking before the mics got lit, so I know you love
I
to
love
turn up. You
Well,
named every club in D.C.
Well, to kind of piggyback on that, you ever look back at your life and see like, well, God was right there with me?
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, absolutely. I had a proposition when I was in Florida Memorial College. It's Florida Memorial University now. The only thing I need you to do, Daphney, is introduce me to your friends, and I'll take it from there. And I'm gonna pay you. And I was like, ooh, that I'm not selling nothing.
All right.
What's
an introduction?
I can do this. Look, I can do this.
Right.
And I was talking to my mom because I'm the only girl that was my best friend, my only girlfriend.
Right.
That I can really talk to. And God bless her soul, she's deceased now. But I told her about it. She was like, no, you're not. She said, that's just like selling. I'm like, no, it's not. I'm just going to introduce him to my friends. He said he going to pay me. Thank God that I did not do that.
Wow.
Because I promise you, they all got busted. I said,
been
look
right
at God.
Straight connected with it.
Yeah, I would have been connected.
Yeah.
Right there on that poster.
Right. Help me.
Right.
I need bail money.
She'd have been the other prison bay.
Absolutely.
That
but I
smile.
just think you see God's hand in everything.
Oh, yeah.
Especially if you look back.
Yeah, you see his hand and like, man, Lord, I could have been doing this. I could have, oh my God. And I know friends that on crack, got strung out on crack, because that was the biggest thing back then.
Right.
Was crack.
Oh, yeah.
So they got strung out on crack. Some was pregnant at 13. I could have been pregnant, but no, I wasn't doing nothing. Thank you, Jesus. I wasn't doing nothing at 13. Just let y'all know. But I wasn't.
14.
Don't be laughing.
That's because your big brother intervened.
Right, they didn't play that. Not even 14.
Not even 14.
Don't even try it.
Right.
My mama didn't play that. So I'm just letting you know.
No, that's what's up.
She kept a close hand on us. And I thank God for that.
Yeah.
Because we really could have, I know I could have been like, probably in somebody's jail. Thank you, Jesus. Woo.
Right. Well,
I love the Lord.
I can say the same in terms of 13 and 14. I didn't jump off the porch in that regard. So I was like 18, 17 or 18. So, I guess it could have been late for me.
Yeah.
Or
I don't know.
I don't know if I was scared.
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? But I know it wasn't until a little later. And then I just never got back on the porch.
No, I get it. I get it.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
get it. There is no porch.
Right, there is no porch. You know what I mean? All right, but you had mentioned, and you can still love the Lord too. Now I'm going to ask a question that may, to some, be a little possibly controversial in terms of loving God too, loving Jesus too. People within the LGBT, I don't want to mess up the letters.
It's okay.
Because I don't mess up the letters. I don't even want to fight for that. You know what I'm saying? The gay community.
Yeah, the gay community, homosexual community. It's okay.
and love the Lord too. And you'll have people like, how can you live this lifestyle and love God.
Well, how can you be adulterer and love God?
No, that's why.
How can you be a murderer and love God?
Yeah, that's why.
How can you just sin in general and love God?
And love God, yeah.
The Bible is true, and it has no respect of persons. I mean, it doesn't. So my Bible told me to work out my own salvation. So that's what I choose to do. And I choose to show God's love regardless. If that's your lifestyle, if you say, I was born like this and I know this is what I suppose, okay, that's on you and God. Has nothing to do with me. I'm still going to love you.
Yeah.
I'm not going to condemn you because the Bible talks about it in Matthew. Why am I condemning you? Because you know what I'm saying? Why am I condemning you? No, you work that out. I'm not going to sit here and it really don't matter how people feel after I say this. I'm not going to sit here because I don't have a hell or heaven to put you in. That's between you and God.
Yeah.
Because I know my stuff. My stuff can be raggedy at times. And I thank God for grace. And one of my businesses and my whole album was called Grace Child because I live under grace every day.
Yeah.
So if you homosexual, if you adulterer or whatever, because it's out there. It's out there. Work out your own salvation.
Yeah.
You and God.
Yeah.
So if you say that's your lifestyle and you still love God, go for that because he loves us all. He don't love the acts that we do, but he sure love us. So, that's just enough to say thank you right there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
That'll preach for me. That's enough to say thank you because I'm too humble. I'm too humble. God, thank you. I woke up this morning, God, thank you, because you really didn't have to let me breathe your air.
That is right.
Not my air.
That's right.
Your air.
That's right. No, that's good. That's good. I asked because you said and love God too. So a lot of times people, throw stones at people, not knowing that God, they can love God too. Yeah. And God loves them too. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Yeah. That's what's up.
Absolutely. And our young people, because I'm a youth leader, they go through that and it's like, well, I don't want to come to church no more because, I know that God don't love me or blah, blah, blah. Yes, he does. We're going to walk you through whatever you're going through. Yeah. We are not going to turn our backs away. Yeah. When did Jesus turn his back? When did he turn his back?
Yeah, no.
I'm waiting.
Jeopardy music.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Yeah, that's a passion for me because I don't like when people condemn other people and you forgot where you come from.
Where you come from.
You have not walked on this earth. Even if you never committed adultery or had same-sex relationship or lied or whatever, your heart raggedy. Yeah. Facts, and the Bible says it. He said the heart is wicked and what man can know it. Out of the mouth speaks, the heart speaks. So when you sitting there condemning somebody, your heart is speaking. Yeah. And it ain't positive. Yeah. No. Hands down.
Drop mic.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's take a sip and pass the offering plate.
Drink water and mind my business. You know what I'm saying? Right. That's too funny. So, all right. So at what point, because you're in Miami, high school, you said college. And then the military comes a knocking. At what point did this happen?
After I graduated from college. Okay.
And what was the drive behind that?
I'm finna tell you.
Okay.
Because I did not do an internship. I was lazy in college. Okay.
I like that. Thank you for owning that.
You know how when you real smart and you don't have to study and then you go to college and you flunk out because you don't have any study habits? Yeah. That was me.
Gotcha. So there was no discipline there.
I had no discipline, study habits at all. Michaela, I hope you're watching this because my daughter is really, really smart. But now she's gaining study habits. I wish I had study habits because I can look at something and remember it, and it's like, oh, I got that. Bam, 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 bam.
Right.
Done.
That's
I graduated.
Me. Yeah.
So when you get into an environment where you have to apply yourself, you can't willy-nilly through it. You gotta take some time and actually study. I had a bad habit of not studying. So I didn't do any internships. My degree is accounting. I did graduate. Okay. I do have a degree in accounting, but I wasn't secure enough. So when I was in high school, I wanted to go to the Air Force, and my mom was like, "You ain't going to no Air Force. You a girl. You gonna go to college, and you gonna get you a good college husband, all this kind of stuff." So I said, "Well, this is my opportunity because I didn't have a job. I didn't have a job.
Right.
So I was like, well, I'm going to military. And I took the test. Me and my best friend was going on the buddy system, but she didn't go. But I went by myself, and it was the best thing ever happened.
Okay.
Because I was one of the Miami girls with the big gold earrings. I wanted to get 2 golds in my mouth.
Oh, wow.
And the military was looking at me like, you're not going to be doing none of that.
Like, what you finna do?
Right. So I thank God that it didn't change my core, but it made me more disciplined.
Okay.
It made me more disciplined in a lot of things.
Now, did you go in like, or did you go in with the mindset to change?
No.
Okay.
I didn't go in with the mindset to change.
Okay.
Because when I got off the bus, the drill sergeant was screaming at me. Didn't I say take them earrings out? Well, I had earrings.
Oh, wow.
I had earrings, 3. I had 3. So I took the bottom ones out.
Okay.
Because I thought they said take the bottom ones out. And they was, you, da, da, da. And I'm sitting here like, why
you
is
maggot.
They screaming at me?
Right.
Take them earrings out. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know. But I thank God for that. I thank God for that experience for me. It ain't for everybody.
Yeah.
But for me, it was, I got a chance to get out of Miami.
Okay.
I got a chance to see other things, different things. I got a chance to meet new people, excuse me, from all over. It's like, whoa, this world is so much bigger than my little minute mind in Miami, Florida, that I thought I was handling it at Florida Memorial University.
I got you.
So that's how I ended.
And where did it take you? Because you ultimately at some point landed in DMV.
Yes. Okay, the DMV. Yes.
But did you go across seas?
Fort Jackson.
Okay.
I went to Fort Jackson for all of my training.
Okay.
And then they give you 3 choices, and I chose Germany, and I chose DC, and I chose California.
Okay.
But that was during the time that they were downsizing all of the different military installations.
Okay.
So I got chosen for a task force to go to DC. So I worked in the Pentagon for 3.5 years.
Oh, nice. I may have come across you at some point, don't even know it. Yeah.
You might look familiar. I'm trying to see.
You know what I mean? Keep looking.
Yeah.
That was me.
I worked for the what's his name? General Sullivan.
Okay.
He was the chief of staff at the time, the Army chief of staff at the time.
Okay.
And I was in a typing pool, and then they realized I had a degree in accounting. Then they put me in budget.
You was a hidden figure. Like what was that movie?
Yeah, hidden figures. So even though I was assigned to different posts, I still did all of my tour in DC.
Okay.
Yep, at the Pentagon.
At the Pentagon. Wow, but wait a minute. That was 2001 when the
90. What are we talking
you
about?
said that was what 90.
90
What's
to
the name happened in
94.
what? 9/11 happened in 2001.
It can't. Yeah. I was
You
working. I was in Atlanta working.
Gotcha. Okay. So how was your time in DC?
Wonderful.
Because you named one club in you was clear about this one spot. I was like, yeah, of course I know the spot. The Ritz.
It was. I love. Well, I think for me, Miami is so internationally melting.
Yeah.
So I think in DC, I found my heritage. I found my
our
blackness.
culture. Yeah.
I found that in DC. I bought so many books, and every festival I was like, I'm going to this one. I'm going to
Georgia Avenue Day.
Everything. Oh my God! Because I found that part of me, I think that was missing.
Okay.
Because my mom, back in the day, I used to go to Miami Springs middle school. It was junior high at the time.
Gotcha.
And my mom said, I want to take y'all out of this school because, excuse me, I don't think you know enough about yourself. So she moved us to Miami Northwestern. You probably heard of that because your people live in Liberty City. So she moved us to Miami Northwestern on a performing arts waiver.
Oh, nice.
So, and I didn't know Lift Every Voice and Sing was our national anthem. I had no clue.
Wow.
I was clueless.
Had you known the song or you just didn't?
No, I didn't know it was a national anthem for us,
Gotcha.
our people.
Wow, okay.
And so my mom was like, I got to get you out of this community, put you in something that's going to help you.
Yeah.
Because when somebody can tell you that you can't sing, someone told me that, well, I like her voice better than your voice. but she couldn't sing to me. But they picked her because I was too, I guess, churchy, too ethnic.
Gotcha.
Went to Miami Northwestern. My career in high school went like boom to the top. I sang at my own graduation because my gift was like that.
Yeah.
So I said all that to say, when I moved to DC, that was the piece I was missing.
Gotcha.
I mean, that was just like, it was everything to me.
Gotcha.
I mean, everything. And I told my girls, we're going to do a tour. We got to.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got to do it.
Yeah, see, I'm a DC native, born and raised. So, you name a spot, I know it for the most part.
Yeah.
Or been to it, been it, whatever. But I was also big on culture. Like, I would always tell people, if you from here, how can you be here, DC, and never have gone down what we call the mall?
Yes.
With the monument
Yes.
and all the museum. How
my
can you live here
God.
and not go down there?
Yes.
Yeah, people travel from Germany, from Europe, from wherever
Absolutely.
to go there, and you live across the street
And won't even go.
and you won't take your kids over there.
Haynes Point
Haynes Point, come
used
on,
to
man.
be the bomb.
You know what I'm saying?
What?
2 miles an hour, so
on.
everybody sees
So
you.
everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh my God!
You know what I
Yes.
mean?
Like,
that's how you pull up.
that's
bruh.
how you pull up.
That's how you
It
pull
was-
up.
I tell anybody, if you want to really, because they talk about Atlanta is the black Mecca or number 2 or something. No, DC is really the black Mecca.
Yeah, I scream DC
No.
for culture.
Yeah, you really
if you want to
need
get
to.
some black
City.
culture,
Absolutely.
DC, man,
Absolutely.
for real.
I tell anybody that.
Yeah.
I tell hands down. I mean, I'm pro DC, y'all. Y'all know that, right?
All right.
I'm pro DC, so.
Yeah, because if somebody asked me recently, do you miss DC? And I was like, well, do you miss living there? And I was like, I don't miss living there, but there are certain aspects of
Oh,
it
my
that I
goodness.
just totally miss.
Yeah.
And that is
Yeah,
that
the culture.
where you can go and Malcolm X Day,
Yes.
and Georgia Avenue Day,
Yes.
and you can go to whatever.
The
you know what I
Taste of
mean? The
DC.
Taste of
Oh, my
DC,
goodness.
all the things.
Even
It's-
the cherry blossom,
The cherry
blossom
blossom
week,
parade.
that was really nice. And
Yeah.
I was sneezing and carrying on, but,
but
I was
still,
there.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was there because I needed to feel that and to experience that. Even they have the the women's museum where you go and see. I mean,
Yeah.
it's so much there that we don't know.
Yeah.
So
And you could do that all in, I forgot how many mile range.
yes, it's right there.
It's all
Absolutely.
right for free. When I first came, I think it was in Tampa or maybe it was here in Atlanta, I can't remember. And it was like, oh yeah, it costs $10 to go to the zoo. And I was like, why? What do you mean? Yeah, you got to pay to get in. Oh, because I'm from DC.
Yeah.
and we ain't never paid to. You know what I'm
You
saying?
just go.
You just walk
Yeah,
in. You know what I'm
and
saying?
then like Union Station.
Union, come on, man.
I love Union
Union
and Crystal
Station,
City.
Crystal City,
Oh my God.
right
We
across
could
the
talk about-
bridge. I see you.
We could talk
I
about
see
this.
you.
We could talk about this
all day.
all day.
You know what I'm saying? You making me remember some stuff, man. Wow.
And what was that down on King Street? With the cobblestone
cobblestone,
road. Yeah, the cobblestone road.
But this is not in DC.
no, it's
this
right
is in
outside
Virginia.
of DC. But you right
That's
there.
Alexandra.
You right on the line because when you drive over, you right there. In
Cross
DC.
over the yeah. I think you might be
It
talking
might
about
be
old
Alexandria.
Alexandria, yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. My bad.
Where you can
Old
go
Alexandria.
walk. I like it out there. too, 'cause
Beautiful,
you
right
just-
on the water.
summertime, Come on, man. All that. That's the one thing I say about here in Atlanta because we're inland.
We ain't got no water, y'all.
We have no water.
That's how it
And
is
I'm
for me
scared
from
of Lake
Miami.
Lanier because people don't come home. You know what
I
I'm
heard.
You know what I'm saying?
I heard.
I can't
And
do
that's
it.
why I miss Miami too, because we were only 15 minutes from the
water, yeah.
East Coast. We were
Yeah.
15 minutes drive east. You're gonna run into
right
the
there
water.
at the water, yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, when the first time I've ever gone to Florida, I went to Tampa,
Okay,
and I remember.
that's not too bad.
Yeah, and we were there for a week, but I went to go visit some. We had went to go visit some other folks, and I feel like they were in Clearwater,
Probably
something like that.
And that's on the other side. It's inland on the other side of the. You know how Miami is made like this, so you probably on this side because Clearwater is not on the East Coast. I don't think.
Well, somewhere that was near the water. This part
Huh?
of. There you go.
That's
St.
it,
Pete.
yeah,
There you go. I
that's
think
there.
that's what it was. And I remember being on the beach, and I was sitting there, and I was like, and you know, everybody was there, and I was like, how y'all live here? Like, how do you live here? Like, this is a place for me,
it was surreal, right?
I'm like, how do you do this every day?
And then go to
Yeah.
work.
And what would make you want to go to work?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Nothing really.
Right. I'm like, this is a permanent vacation that you live at. Yeah.
Yeah. And that's the same thing.
But you grew up in it, so you know. Yeah.
And then also too, you take it for granted because you live there.
There you go.
You know,
That's
you take it for granted because
we
any
all
day
on South
you
Beach,
can
like,
go.
yeah, you like.
Like, what it is. We all, before it
Seriously?
even before it became a
Right,
South
right,
Beach. So, but that's the same thing with DC though.
Same thing,
You know, the same thing with DC. You know, I think that's like when you telling your people, how can you not?
How
and
can you
live,
not?
Because you're there and you just take it for granted. And
Yeah.
then, you know, because we used to go way out, like we used to go to Baltimore.
Up to the harbor.
To the inner harbor, exactly. It's like, oh my God, it's so great.
Yeah.
You know, but people take that for granted. I did not take it for granted because I knew that my term was going to be up in 4 years, 3.5 years. So I was trying to get everything in. But if I could have lived there, I probably would have. But the cost of living to me is really, really expensive.
Oh, it is. Absolutely.
Compared to Atlanta. Plus, I want to be a little closer to Miami.
Gotcha.
Because that was a 16-hour drive for me. And I drove them 16
And I've driven
hours.
it. Yeah.
Me too, to Miami.
Multiple times. Yeah. So now that when you landed in Atlanta, well, first of all, why DC to Atlanta? What made you come here?
Well, I had friends that live here.
Okay.
I used to be a part of this choir called the Miami Christian Youth Seminar.
Okay.
And they have an Atlanta Christian Youth Seminar. If anybody know Rodney Evans, WCLK,
I know
Clark Atlanta Radio.
I'm not familiar with him.
Well, it's WCLK. He's the radio personality there. He was one of the choir directors.
Okay.
And my brother was the choir director in Miami.
Gotcha.
So every year, it would either be Atlanta or Miami. They would come to Miami. We would come here. So I had friends here.
Gotcha.
And I was like, I can move to Atlanta. I like Atlanta.
Yeah.
So I ended up moving with my fiance, which we just never got married. So it is what it is. I got married, but it wasn't
a little
him.
sore spot right now?
No, not really.
Okay.
I got married after him, so
okay.
and got 2 beautiful girls. So
Okay,
and
that's
now we
what's up.
still not married, so it is what it is.
Gotcha,
But he's a
right,
great
right.
father.
Okay,
you're
good.
a great dad. That's what you know. So, but yeah, that's what got me here, and I've been here ever since. I tried to move back to Miami, but I really believe that it was not God's choice for my life.
Okay.
I really did. I was looking for a job and everything. So when the lady came, she offered me the job, and I looked at what I was making here, and she said, "Oh yeah, you're gonna set pay. You don't have to worry about it." But it was a grade lower because I work for the government.
Okay.
And it was a grade lower, and I'm sitting here like, well, I don't think I'm gonna set pay. She's like, "Oh no, you're gonna set pay, and you can make," because I wanted to move into Doral, right outside of South Miami, like right outside of the what is it, Coconut Grove area.
Talking about, yeah.
So I'm like, oh, I can move over there. I looked at them numbers, and when
didn't
I
add up.
I heard a preacher. I went to T.D. Jakes. I was singing behind Dorinda Clark at the time.
Okay.
And I went to I was at the his thing, not Manpower, the other one.
Woman, thou art loose. Get ready.
You better do that. I sung at the Woman Thou Art Loose conference, and it was Paula White and T.D. Jakes and somebody else was preaching. I forgot the older lady, Maxine. Oh, one Maxine.
I was going to say that. What's the one? Do in the morning. Do in the morning. What's her name?
Oh, you talking about McAllister?
No.
Like the dew.
Yeah, her.
Gently rest upon.
Yeah.
That's McAllister. Judith McAllister didn't sing that
That's not.
song?
If she sang it, she sang a version.
Oh,
but
I don't know then.
She did the No More Sheets.
Oh, you're talking about Juanita.
Yeah, they're buying them. There you go.
Were they even teaming up back then?
She used to do the stuff with
TD? Oh, I don't know. But it was another
That's
lady.
how I heard of her.
I don't know. But this other lady, she kept preaching, and she said, don't make the hasty move because God got something for you right here. And that stuck with me because I was trying to get out of Atlanta. I was going through, divorce and just trying to move my kids somewhere else and try to, change my mindset. God said, don't move. Right after that, he said, don't move. I got a promotion.
Wow.
I said, well, Lord, I guess that's it. And then
Guess
right
we'll
after
stay.
that,
You know what I'm saying?
right after that, I went into my artistry. I went into Daphney, Hilton, the artist. I started working on my music after that. So, I mean,
because I was going to say it was a full circle moment for you because you started doing it.
Yep.
I don't necessarily want to say you put it down, but it wasn't the forefront.
No,
of
it wasn't.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
it
so
wasn't.
when it started to make its full circle moment. What was that moment? Was it got a phone call, girl, we need you to sing the national anthem? What was the thing that made you wake up and say, I need to get back into this?
Well, I never stopped singing in choirs. I sang with Dirt Cheney and Chosen Aggregation. I sang with David Walker in High Praise. I've never stopped singing in the choirs, but I just didn't do my own. And I met this guy. He was our minister of music at the time at Berean Christian Church. Okay. Out in Lithonia. Yeah. You know him?
I know the church.
Yeah. That was my old church, Pastor Lee. Hey, Pastor Lee.
Yeah.
And his name, by the name of Derek Starks. And he was like, Dap, you can do this. I'm like, no, I can't. He was like, that's a lot of money to do all this stuff. Oh, it ain't that much money. You can do this. I'm telling you. You people make it seem like it's so, but you can do this. So I sat down with him, trying to make some deals with him, but the deals didn't go through. And then after I got divorced, I woke up. It was the weirdest thing. I always do these, like, wake up in the morning and say, I'm doing this, and I just do it. I woke up in the morning. I said, you know what? I'm going to be an artist. I want to write. I wrote a lot of songs, just never recorded them. And I was like, I'm going to record this music. Let me tell you how God worked. I had went to two guys, and it just didn't work out with being my producer.
Gotcha.
So my brother was like, I know this guy. You can do it. His name is Michael L. I'm like, I don't want to do it no more. No, you can do it. I said, I don't want to do this no more. Got discouraged. I'll never forget, the day I was supposed to meet Michael, my window wouldn't let up. It was cold. I had a Honda Accord. My window would not let up. I was like, PJ, that's my brother. I said, I don't think I'm supposed to do this. I told you that's a sign. He said, I need you to wrap up in a blanket and get your butt over to Michael's house. Right. I was so cold. I was like, oh, Jesus. I was like, all right. I was just pouting. Yeah. Stumbling. So I went because he had told Michael she going to be there, I went there, and I'll never forget this. And Michael was like, okay, what's your budget? I was like, I don't really know. Just scared to tell him, right? He said, well, this is what I'm going to tell you. He came in half of what everybody else was trying to charge me. And that's how Grace Child came about. Because I was like, I ain't doing this. Wow. And when Grace Child came about, then we started with, we started pushing the music. My brother wrote some stuff on there, J. Tyrone Hilton. Give him his props, out of Miami, Florida. Okay. And it did well. Okay. But I was an infant in the industry, didn't know every capacity of radio service and this, that. I didn't know nothing. I was just like, I got some music. I got songs, right? Y'all come play my music. So that's how I started. And I love it. Trying at times, hurtful at times, but I love it because there's good pieces that it's like, I love this. So I will take all of the bad, because it's so much greater. Yeah. The good is so much greater than all the other little stuff. If you like, who was that? Michelle Obama said, you got to fly, raise up. Oh, yeah, absolutely. So you got to raise up from all of that, all of that. Yeah. And then you can see the bigger picture. Yeah. So when you put together the project, All of Me, one of the songs on the project, correct? That project ain't even out yet. That's not on Grace. That's not on Grace Child. Really? I got a whole new project coming out. Oh wow! I thought it was on that project. I know everybody said that because I put it out early. Okay. So I'm adding it to this new project that's actually getting ready to drop next month. Gotcha. But it has a go-go kind of feel. Come on, talk to me. Then I said to myself, "Is she from DC?" But I kind of thought I saw Miami. This is interesting. What's the connect here? But then you tell me you live there. What made you go with that influence? I just wanted to give back. That's part of my culture, my Have heritage. You ever been to a go-go? Please. Oh, sorry. Come on now. I don't want no problems. Yes. You did say Red Aston, so yeah. Okay. All right. I like Chuck Brown. Chuck, yeah. Shout outs to the late great Godfather Go-Go. This group did Hello by That's the girls. The Backyard Band. Oh, Backyard Band. They did Hello by Adele. Did they? Yes, they remade Hello. I might have to pull that up. You got to pull it up. Okay. If not, I'm gonna text it to you. I'm telling you, it's the bomb. It's the bomb. So I love go-go. I love go-go, and I noticed that I think a lot of people starting to feel it now. It's becoming a big deal now. I kind of wish I had a servicer that can really could have put it out there back then.
Yeah.
Because I mean, now go-go is taka. I mean, it's so prominent in everything, and even in gospel music. Even Kirk did some go-go.
Kirk did.
I was like, whoa, wait a minute. So I love
Gio Scott.
I love go-go music. It's
Even you can hear a little bit of John P. Key's productions.
yeah,
some go-go influence.
yeah, you can hear that, and I think because of the drum, I think it's the whole drum bass in that is culturally driven, so it makes you wanna, that's what's in us.
Yeah, absolutely.
The beat of the drum is in us. I mean, that's the whole African thing.
Yeah.
So that whole go-go is like, man, but if you really research go-go and how it came about, because they weren't playing no drums. They was on the back of the what's some things called? They had anything that can make a beat. They had because like even in DC, you see the young kids, they had like a bucket.
The buckets,
and they
yeah.
be
We used to have the junkyard band. Well, there is a junkyard band, but we also started our own junkyard band.
Absolutely. And the thing about that is that brought a lot of memories for me because in Miami, Miami is Bahamian influence.
Yeah.
And so they have the Junkanoo.
That's the sound?
The Junkanoo is that's a whole sound.
Really?
Yeah, and it's a whole festival.
Okay.
And when you hear them coming down the road, it's tickle, 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 tickle. They had a cowbell.
Yeah.
They have anything can make a noise.
Yeah.
Tickle, 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 tickle. And that's what go-go reminded me of.
Gotcha.
And I love go-go.
Yeah.
I mean, love it.
I feel you. I grew up on it. I'm in the car today listening to it.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
I got to feel it sometimes.
Oh, yeah. You need that. See, me from Miami, we
But that's that bass in
we
Miami.
hung up on 808s. We hung up on 808s. I mean, if you got a nice 808 pad, I'm probably gonna buy your music. Just the fact that you got a nice 808 pad.
Right.
It's like, I'm like, yes, Lord.
You just hear that doom coming down the street. Doom.
It just makes me excited because you got to be a music. I mean, if you like the drums, come on. But in music, music makes me happy anyway. This is really my happy place. So.
I got a T-shirt that says that.
Really?
Music makes me happy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Because
your
music
happy
makes me
place.
happy. It's somebody, I forgot who did the T-shirt, but I bought one from them, and I love me some music, man.
me too. I don't care.
Just for no reason, you just start finding yourself.
Well, it's universal.
Yeah.
It's really universal. We went to the Bahamas, and people all colors. I mean, rocking to it.
Oh yeah.
And I guarantee you some of them didn't even understand what they were saying, but they were just enjoying
it.
the beat,
Yeah.
the drum of
Yeah.
it, and that is an African culture.
Absolutely.
That is an African culture.
Speaking of that, you mentioned in that Bahamas, Bahamian with Miami, who built Miami,
Absolutely.
and then wasn't allowed to even
come
step foot on Miami soil.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
How crazy is that?
Yeah, and it's very Bahamian influence, and it's not Cuban but Spanish, meaning like Spain influenced. If you do the history in Miami, and a lot of Native Americans, Georgia, the more they pushed to Miami. So you got a lot of that in Miami, and then of course you got the Marriott boat lift, which then all the Cubans came over. Then you got the other thing that happened in Haiti, which that's how we end up with the little Haiti. We have Little Cabana or Little Cuba or Calle Ocho, which is 8th Street. And they actually have a festival called Calle Ocho, and they cook the big pans of paella.
Really?
Yes.
The first time I had some was in Miami. Man,
Really?
I've been hooked ever since.
When I tell you to watch them cook it, it's these really long spoons, and the pan is about the bowl or whatever you want to call it, about big as this room.
Wow.
And they turn it over, and then you see them pouring that beer.
Shrimp, all that.
Oh my God! And the sausages, shrimp, and fish, and a chicken, and you see them just pouring it.
Yeah.
Gee, you won't be the same, bro.
I'm going down there.
Y'all need to go together.
You know what I'm saying? It's about to happen.
Go together. Make sure you go to the Calle Ocho Festival, and then go to the Goombay. That's the Junkanoos. That's our culture.
See, that's what I like to check that out right there.
To the Goombay. Make sure you go to Goombay Festival. Oh my goodness, there's so many. The MLK Parade. Now our MLK Parade is nothing like anybody else's. It's you be like,
And that's a parade.
Now, that's a parade. But also too, but it's have so many different aspects of the international world.
Gotcha.
Because that's Miami. They say Miami is the South, but it's really not the South.
Right. It's kind of hard to tell what Miami is.
It's the South. We're in the South.
I mean, it is, but it's weird
Yeah,
because you don't even classify them that way.
It's hard.
Feel, but you're in the South.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love Miami.
If you want some conch salad, go to
Talk about
Miami.
the first time I had conch was in the Bahamas. And all they was talking about was conch. And I said, all right, I got to get the conch. So when you see how the conch, if you ever seen conch, it's going to make you first of all like,
you ain't going to want to eat it.
I don't know if I want that.
Right.
Is that supposed to come out of that?
It does.
You know what I'm saying?
Then they tenderize it.
And then they was all excited. Hey man, you got to get the conch sauce. I was like, all right, cool, get the conch sauce. Now I'm watching them. And then when I started seeing them make the conch sauce, I was like, well, first of all, what you doing with mayonnaise and ketchup and mixing them together and calling it conch sauce? When I was 4, I used to put that on my hot dog.
Me too.
That ain't conch sauce.
I put some sugar and vinegar in and stir it up. They make a good sauce.
Mix. Yeah.
But that
good,
conch, oh my God.
Yeah.
But if you ever go to Miami, what is it called? I think it's well, they have some here too. Conch Town. You can get conch and rice.
Miami.
Well, no, they have some here now.
Okay.
No, Conch Town is not here now. They have Taste of Miami here. Then they have something. It's a conch place.
Taste of Miami
it's
here.
out here somewhere.
I've heard of Bronx Day. That's the only thing I've heard here in
it's
Atlanta.
out here. Are we Old National area?
Yeah.
It's out here somewhere.
Really?
Yes, Taste of Miami.
Wow.
And then they have conch fritters. They got and then there's another place off of Buford Highway. Something conch. I know I can't think of the name of it.
Conch fritters.
They call it crack conch, where it's fried, and then they have dressed conch. Oh my goodness! When I want some, I'm looking. Really? They have it right. It's on y'all side. That's why we came.
Right. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they're from Miami. Most everybody come to the west side for some reason. I don't understand.
Yeah.
When they're from Miami, it's like, no, I'm on the east side. So that was just weird. Everybody from Miami live on this side of town.
Well, I think that's kind of how it goes, where they gather to where, like, hey, when you come, move here, and that's where they all of a sudden, like if you go up to Alpharetta, there's a certain section in Alpharetta with like a lot of Indians, meaning from India, where they
absolutely,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I get it, you know what I mean.
Because if you go to like Stockbridge and the McDonough area, you see a lot of islanders, especially Africans and Jamaicans. I mean, it's very very diverse down there, very influenced by the island down there. It's big.
Like
and it's
if you
growing.
Go to, what's that, Buford Highway?
Yes, that's the whole Asian community.
Yeah. So I get it. You kind of gather.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that makes sense. So where are we today? What's happening with Daphney Hilton with the music? We know first time you at the Spin Awards was last year, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I heard y'all talking about that with
Appointed.
And shout outs to Appointed, who does a great job with the Spin Awards. We was making fun, not of her, but we was like, how they calling this Atlanta?
It was not
That thing was in Miami. Well, it wasn't even in Miami. It was in South Carolina.
It was out there in Buford.
It was out there.
It was out there.
It was at a nice spot, but they picked a really lovely spot
Loved
too.
it, but it's metropolitan Atlanta.
Yeah. So you gas up. You know what I'm saying?
Or get a hotel
or get a room. Yeah.
Because driving back and forth, that's not gonna happen.
Yeah. That's funny.
Well, I got music coming out.
Okay.
We're just tweaking the leads right now, and so then it'll go to mixing.
Okay.
And then mastering, and then we're
Gotcha.
gonna drop it. It's different. If you haven't gotten Grace Child, just go to my one of the streaming outlets and just kind of listen to the music. It's gonna be totally different from that.
Gotcha.
I'm going a CCM style. I'm going CCM or worship, but Daphney style, but it's still CCM. My songs are worship anyway. If you listen to the lyrics, it's about me and God.
Yeah.
But this is more acoustic based, some of them. We got 2 on there because All of Me is not. And then I got another one that's more kind of like churchy, that a church can really like the choir can sing. So I had to give something to the choir. But then the other songs are straight acoustic. Acoustic bass. But they still have, keyboard and, but it's just acoustic driven.
Right. Any features?
On this one, I did give homage to one of my good girlfriends, Patricia Lee.
Okay.
She does. Well, I don't know if if she's still singing, but she was big in the hymns, and we just did that. I would love to feature some A-list artists, eventually, because I told God I got one more, but I don't know what he gonna say. But right now, I want to do something live, and I know quite a few artists here in Atlanta. But just this particular one, I wanted to stay within my circle. So I did give homage to her because she's like a hymn person. And we did a duet. Her husband actually rearranged the song. So I was like, hey, let her do this because I think she'll be great on this. But that's the only collaboration that I had.
Okay.
And I did have some Antonice Fanning. He's over at Hillsong. He's an up-and-coming artist.
Okay.
Young brother, but he is anointed. He did some of the acoustic and the writing. So, I did have him on there. And then some of the background singers, they're actually doing big things.
Okay.
Priestley Stevenson, she does a lot of background singing for some of the bigger artists and the award shows and things like that. So, yep.
Okay. Now, before I let you get out of here, let's talk about two things. One, Daddy's Girls of Destiny.
Yes.
It's your nonprofit.
Yes.
So let's talk about that.
Well, Daddy's Girls of Destiny used to be every month, so now it's just once a year because a lot of the girls have grown up. So now what they're going to do is give back to the new girls that's coming through.
I got you.
There has not been a new launch yet.
Okay.
We've been talking about it. I've been pushing it on Facebook on that page. Hey guys, what y'all think about having another?
Yeah.
So, but it's about. It started out with girls that did not know their dad, or their dad was not a full-time dad in their home.
Gotcha.
So, because my kids were not.
Okay.
Me and my ex-husband, we divorced, but he's a great dad.
Yeah.
So I wanted to share that with the other parents because a lot of times, like I told my kid's father, your relationship with your daughters has nothing to do with me. I need you to nurture this and make this what it should be.
Right.
A lot of times, wives, ex-wives, mamas, baby mamas, whatever you want to call them, they be just tripping. And you look at them like, dude, that's not,
Like
please don't do that.
Y'all mixing it up here.
That has nothing to do with you. If your daughter want to see her daddy, you need to let her see her daddy, unless he's causing harm. If he ain't causing harm, he ain't touching her, he ain't, a bad influence, I think you need to allow that child to nurture the relationship between her and her father.
Yeah.
So that's how Daddy's Girls of Destiny came about, because my oldest daughter turned 8, and she just started acting out crazy.
Okay.
I'm like, what in the world is going on with this one? So this lady told me, she said, well, something happens between the age of 2nd grade and 3rd grade. 3rd grade, they becomes a girl, not a little girl. I'm a girl.
Yeah.
My mama want my pants. My mama wants some mud pants. I want to get my hair like this. My mama want to da-da-da-da-da. So they start paying attention to their identity.
Gotcha.
So and I was a choir director of a youth choir. We had 132 members.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Berean. So I was the children's choir director. So I noticed all of the parents would say, girl, I don't know, something going on with my child. She was getting ready to go to that 3rd grade.
Gotcha.
I would hear that all the time.
That's
I'm like, you
with
know
a
what?
switch kind of.
We finna do something about this. Daddy's Girls of Destiny.
And that's kind of like that had been through observations and experience.
Yes.
What was discovered, determined that at this stage, this is what they do.
Yes, and from 3rd grade to 12th grade, we don't accept them until they get to the 3rd grade.
Okay.
And what my thing is, when I tell our daughters, your dad may not be there for you, but you have a father that loves you. And we're going to focus on God.
Yeah.
And we're going to ask God, God, help me. So when my dad does make a mistake, I'm not so angry when I'm listening to influences. I love my dad and I want to be with my dad. I love my dad and I want to talk to my dad. I was like that.
Yeah.
I was the only girl. And I told my mom, when I got older, I said, Mama, their relationship had nothing to do with me. You just love that man. I do. That's my daddy. That's my daddy. That's the only daddy I got.
Yeah.
And I am a daddy's girl. I'm strictly a dad. Everybody know I'm a daddy's girl. I love my daddy. Reverend Pinckney Hilton Sr.
right.
is my daddy. But that's how Daddy's Girls of Destiny came about. And a friend of mine told me, matter of fact, it was last week. You need to really relaunch this and hurry up. That's what she was saying. I'm like, man, God, is this really a mandate right now? for me, I mean, these girls, to see them now, man, it's like, wow.
Yeah.
You needed to go through Daddy's Girls of Destiny, because we focus on the father, God, the father. And then we start dealing with the dad and how that young girl can have a relationship with her father, her daddy, outside of mama's influences. Because our parents influence us.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to let him see her. He ain't seeing her, because the way he did us, no, the way he did you.
The way he did you.
She got she's a byproduct of what y'all did.
Yeah.
Don't do that to her.
So in dealing with the young ladies, young girls like that, what was the common denominator? What was, of course, for lack of a better, the absentee father, or just he wasn't around enough. What was that common issue that you saw with the young girls?
Their identity and their esteem. And some girls, they had their dad was in their home, but he worked all the time.
Gotcha.
There was no relationship with the father.
Which can also create an issue.
It does.
Yeah.
It does. It's just a whole relationship with that man, that daddy. And like I used to tell the parents, if you don't allow your child to have that relationship with her father, watch the boyfriends that she pick up.
Yeah, man.
It is what it is.
That's where it's going to come out at.
That's where it's going to come out at. Even my girls, I'm not talking about y'all, but even my girls, like my youngest, sometimes she would make excuses. She would say, oh, well, because he had to work. Or, oh, I know. We ain't doing that.
Yeah.
And my other one would be like, well, I'm just deal with this. Or I'm just going to deal with it. But you come to me and you crying and you mad. No, address these things.
Yeah.
When they start addressing these things.
To him directly?
To your daddy.
Okay.
Then I noticed my oldest daughter started addressing these things to her boyfriend. I said, this is the first man in your life. This is going to be the first man to take you out. Daddy's daughter dance. I told my ex-husband, I said, hey, don't bring them home. I said, y'all dressed up. You look good. Take them to get some ice cream.
Oh, yeah.
Do something, because when they go to the prom, they don't come straight home.
Yeah.
I say, do something nice for them. He was in his suit. I'll never forget that, Lord Jesus. He was in that suit. And they had on their little dresses.
Outside with the corsage.
No, really. I told
That's
him,
what's up.
You have to do this.
Treat them right.
This is their first date. They're going to be looking at all these other guys. Like, oh, well, my daddy did that.
Set the bar.
Absolutely. And I told my daughters, she was like, he told me he going to take me to the Red Lobster. Mom, we go to Red Lobster all the time. I said,
Beyonce.
And I told her, I said, you better. Right. That don't mean I'm going to take you to Red Lobster.
Right.
We done been 50 million times. Think of something else.
Right.
Because y'all going on a special date. And I told her, I said, anyway, that's a whole nother thing.
No, I'm with you.
But that's where Daddy's Girls of Destiny.
She's like, bring it back.
That's where Daddy's Girls of Destiny come from, because we got to have those relationships, know how to be in a relationship, a friendly relationship with the guy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Your dad should be your first, and if he's not there, God has placed somebody in your life that can be that figure.
Yeah.
But Daddy's Girls of Destiny, we going to talk it through. And even though we would have our sessions with the girls, them parents, if you stay, you ain't finna sit up in that session.
Yeah.
Y'all finna get talked to. We gonna have a conversation, because the girls they're pouring out, I don't know why my mom won't let me see my dad, or my dad just not there, or I don't even know my dad. We get those things. Well, if you don't know your dad, write a letter.
Right.
Get those feelings out.
Yeah.
And trust the father. And talk to your mom.
Yeah.
If she got an issue with it, you ain't gonna know because I said you ain't gonna know. Okay, well, leave it alone. Because at the end of the day, it's gonna come full circle.
Absolutely.
He gonna look for you. When you become an adult, you gonna look for him. I see it every time. Every time, hands down.
And I'm a guy, and I grew up without my father, and that's what I did.
I know you did.
Because it was like, I got to a point where I was like, I grew up where my mother didn't talk about him. Not negative, not positive, not ever.
Ever.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
ever.
Right, ever. You know what I'm saying? And so what it did was, for me, and I can't speak for my brother, but what it did for me, he's a few years older, but what it did for me is it made me start looking at her funny. I started getting this kind of bitterness towards her. He was cool. I don't know who he is.
Right.
I could have been next to him on the bus, but because I never seen the picture, nothing.
Right.
But he was cool. I got a problem with you.
Yeah.
I didn't know I had a problem with you, but it came out
That's
towards
amazing
you.
you said that.
You know what I mean? Everything just. Now I didn't do anything physically, and I wasn't cussing her out. But it was all here emotionally, and I acted out like a mug. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It. But as I got into my 20s, it was like, hold on, who am I? Where's this dude? I gotta get this fixed. And eventually, way later, finally met him. Year and a half before he died. But it changed something for me.
But you got closure.
Man, you
but
talking
you
about
got
the closure.
Even if you never speak to him again,
I got his voice in my head. Nothing. I'm good.
I'm good.
I tell people all the time, me and Deke talk about it. I said, I saw the little boy in me walk away. I was like, wow.
Yeah. That just did something to me. I love that.
That's the first time I can tell somebody with confidence.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, no, my father passed.
Yeah.
He was this, he was that.
Yep.
I know I'm his son because I can tell you how I know.
Absolutely. No, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But that's my daddy. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? My daddy. You know what I'm saying? Right. You know what I mean?
It.
But
I love
I encourage it because, again, you know, like you said, growing up without him, you're going to act out in some kind of way. It's coming out somewhere.
Yeah, and you're going to always have that question in the back of your mind. The Will Smith, that thing every time.
That episode?
Yes, that Will Smith episode on
Fresh Prince.
Fresh Prince.
Yeah.
When he said he was in high school. Why my daddy don't want me?
Yeah.
Just because daddy had to go. Daddy was like, you're not a priority right now.
Yeah.
I got this job. I'm gonna just have to cancel. I'm gonna catch you later. When a child, oh Jesus, when a child experienced that at whatever age, it doesn't matter. It is detrimental to them. It is, oh my God. My daughter sat in my lap and cried like a baby. A baby. My baby didn't know. I just had on the side.
Yeah.
And then I started making decisions. This will never, ever, ever happen again.
Yeah.
If you say you're going to do, I'm not going to tell them nothing until you open up the door.
Right.
If you don't open up the door, then you didn't do. And they don't know nothing about it because I won't ever want her to experience that again. So any child, when that Will Smith episode happened, that thing tore me up.
Yeah. I don't think you could have been anybody just definitely who was going through something like that and not tear up when watching
absolutely
that. Because that was the most realest emotion I've ever
seen. It was so real.
Yeah. I'm like, dang, this good.
Like a baby.
Episode.
This is so good. Oh my God. And every time I watch it, it tears me up because
absolutely.
I know that feeling
as
a girl.
Absolutely.
You know, as a son, as a daughter, I know that like I long for that. And when you get close, it's like, okay, we good. We good.
And I'm good.
I'm good.
I'm straight.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
next chapter.
The way that I used to even act, I don't even act no more.
Close the book on it.
There you go. There you go.
I love that.
And the other part of it too, in having a conversation with my mother, I was in my 20s, mid-20s, and it was something she said to me that made me even stop looking at her the way that I did. And it was few words, simple words. She says, "Boy, I ain't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing."
And she was telling the truth.
And it was the most genuine I heard. And I was like, sorry.
Yeah, she was telling the truth.
All of that crap that I was doing was that was dumb to me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, I mean, because you're trying to
good
find.
Now.
We're
good. Yeah.
My mom said a long time ago, God bless her soul, she said, parents only do what they know to do.
There you go.
That's all they can do.
There you go.
I mean, I'm a parent, and I know I done dropped the ball on a whole lot of stuff. And I tell my girls that, oh, Mom, you're so great. Okay. When you get older,
right, you'll see.
You're just so great. Okay. You going to come back and say, see, Mama,
right.
You should. I own it.
Yeah, own it.
I own it.
There you go. I like that.
Oh, this has been so good. I love this.
And Calandra Gant. You guys have teamed up with Blue Mile Music. How did that collaboration come about?
Oh man, that was the weirdest thing, y'all. We still thinking about it now. Like, I don't know where this even happened. we really are salt and pepper, yin and yang, black and white. I mean,
saw
literally.
How y'all were working when y'all were here, and we couldn't get things together, and I was sweating like I was.
We really are the yin and yang.
You're like, look, you the tech person. I'm the.
Let me go put my eyeliner on. Let me get out of this.
this.
So I knew of Calandra, and she knew of me because we operated in some of the circles. And I was on Brian Irby's little thing.
Now that name sounds familiar. ERBY.
He does. Oh God, out of Augusta. he have this big fest, gospel fest.
Okay.
And it was the weirdest thing. I was on there and I saw her. So I'm like, oh, she's on. Give me that little quartet feel.
Yeah.
So years later, we ended up on the Praise Factor's inspirational cruise.
Gotcha.
With
okay,
Teresa.
That's what's up with Pastor T.
And
Yeah.
I saw her and I was like, man, she looks so familiar. And she was like, Daphney Hilton. I'm like, oh, okay, what's your name again, girl? You know, Calandra. Okay, you know?
Right.
And then me, her, and my friend that came with me, we all bonded. And I'm like, oh, she kind of cool people. And then, you know, she got my number and she was like, Carla, you know, we need to hook up. I was like, okay, cool.
Right.
So then we started talking. We found out that we had a lot of things that we wanted to do together.
Yeah.
Not me and her together, but we found out in common.
Yeah.
We found out a lot of things that we had in common that we wanted to do. So I told her, I said, you know, I always pray and ask God to bring people in the industry that I can bounce things off.
Yeah.
I need friends because I don't know.
Right.
You know, we don't know everything. And so she was like, well, girl, you know, I need an artist friend too then. I said, okay, cool. Then we'll just, you know, when things happen in the industry, I can bounce things off of you. You can bounce things off of me. And then come to find out, we were just talking. I was like, shoot, we can do this like as a company.
Yeah.
So she was like, you know what? We could. I said, I want to give back to the industry, you know, help people that, you know, I've been, you know, help them get through what I've been through. Child, please, honey. She was like, girl, we can do this. You know, and Calandra, you tell her one time it's done.
Right.
See, me, I ponder, I analyze, I think. Before you know it, we done had the LLC paperwork and we done had the account. I was like, oh, Lord, we doing this for real, Jesus. So, but, you know, and she will tell you, I can be transparent. In the beginning, I was skeptical.
Okay.
Because, you know, I didn't know Calandra.
Yeah.
And I told God, I said, well, God, if this is you, I'm rolling with this, and you're going to make this successful.
Right.
And he's made this successful.
That's what's
and she
up.
would tell you that. I was like, girl, she said, well, God told me. I said, well, God ain't tell me that. I need the Lord to tell me. And she was like, well, I just really
Can he
believe
call
that.
us on three-way? You know what I'm saying?
But, you know, but deep down, it wasn't her or the whole venture. It was me and my fear of trust and not trusting and
from your
the
experiences,
hurt. Right. So because I've been in a venture before and it just didn't work out. So this one was like, I was like, okay, Lord. And I told God, I said, God, if this is you, I trust it. And I told God that if this is you, I trust this. And I said, okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. And it's yin and yang. We so different. Everybody say that. Y'all just so different. We are, but it works. Salt and pepper have to work. You put salt in your food and you put a little pepper in your food. It works. Blue Mile Music Consultant is working. Conversation with Blue Mile is working.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's
and
up.
I thank God for that because we both was like, boom, boom, boom. Like, I don't know. Well, you think different. Well, I think different. Well, we both think different. Why you want to do this? Well, why you want to do it this way? Well, I want to do it like this. Well, I see that. Okay, let's find a happy medium. So that's how we are now. Let's put it on the table.
Yeah.
Let's see what's work best for us as a team.
Yeah.
And it works.
Wow.
Every time.
That's what's up.
I love God.
Yeah. Ain't he good?
Ain't he good? Ain't he good? I love God.
So Daphney Hilton, where can people find out more about you, more about Grace Child, more about the Daddy's Girls of Destiny, the organization that you and Calandra doing,
Blue Mile
Music. Yeah, how can they find out more about all of that and your social and all that good stuff?
Google.
There it is.
Daphney
I actually Googled
Hilton.
you and you Googleable. You are. You know, some people you Google and they're like, I don't know, but you Googleable.
You are Googleable. That's a new word. You're Googleable. I just want y'all to know I'm Googleable.
Hey, Google me, baby.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Daphney Hilton, like Daphney with a Y, Daphney. Hilton like the Hilton Hotel. So you can find me everything. I learned this when I went to a class. All of your tags should be your name.
Yeah.
It should be Quantre 35895 on this one. And then I'm going over here gonna be Dontrell Brown on that's my real name. No, it's Daphney Hilton everywhere. You just say Daphney Hilton and it's gonna pop up.
Right.
On all social media.
That's exactly what it is. I was like,
Daphney
she made this easy.
Very easy. Exactly.
I these
learned
questions
that.
good. You know what I'm
I
saying?
learned that because I had Grace Child, I had Daphney TV, then I had Grace Child 35.
I get it popping 305. The day, you know what I'm saying?
But now
funny.
it's Daphney, Hilton across the board.
That's what's up. Well, this has been good, man.
Yes.
I know when I met you at the Spin Awards, I've seen Calandra before, but I didn't know her, but I knew I had seen her before, but I technically met you both there. And I was like, you were cool. Y'all were both cool because it was very vibrant, very personable, very fun. Yeah. And you can tell when you're talking to somebody whether or not you can be like, ooh.
Yeah, they be stinking.
Yeah. And I was like, nah, they cool. They cool peoples. And from that day, y'all been cool. Yeah. And then y'all graced that y'all extended me the other day. Yeah.
And it's
showed me there's some more. Y'all still cool.
But it's amazing, because at the Spin Awards, I don't know a lot of people. I know faces, and I'm not on social media enough to really know. Right. And so, I was kind of like leaning on Calandra. She's like, oh, girl, that's G Wade. He do. Now, I did, like some people I knew because my old, community, like Praise Factor and Let's Talk Gospel. Okay, and, GMWA. Because I'm a member of all those different things. Right. But when you stop and you just be sitting, you don't want to do nothing, you lose contact.
You kind of lose contact. Out of sight is out of mind.
I knew Appointed way back in the day. Okay. I think I met her through either Let's Talk Gospel or Praise Factor. So I've been knowing her.
I think she came out of Praise.
Yeah. So I knew some faces. I was like, she was like, oh, that was G Wade. I said, okay, cool. And I was like, I needed you got something going on. Let's figure out what I can do. So it was a lot of people. Then I saw some young people that I knew because my daughter's community. Okay. That's how I knew them. And they were nominated. They won. I'm like, wait a minute, I know these little cats. From her church, Evolve ATL is a
Evolve.
It's a you know about Evolve ATL?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't know who is pastor.
Pastor Mike
I know
Michael Owens.
I definitely know the church.
You do. They in Atlanta somewhere.
Yeah.
It's a millennial church. All millennial. That's where my daughter goes. Okay. Yeah, I know Pastor Mike because he used to be my youth pastor.
Oh, that's what's up. Nice. So
what's Rami, get up, get lit. Get something. Get lit. It's a big song. He was there. The little rummy dude.
I can't think of who that is.
And then the people about the other ones about the food. Leftovers or something. The Leftovers. They got a podcast or something like that. Oh. They young.
Okay, I don't know about that one then. I'm going to Google it.
Yeah.
They Google it?
No, I ain't teach them yet.
That's funny.
But it's a clique of them. Okay. They were all at the Spin Awards. I'm like, man, I know y'all.
Okay. But I'm definitely familiar with the church.
Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so I think this is good for me. I'm glad that we did, meet, especially face to face.
Absolutely.
And then just knowing new people in the industry. So it's been real good for me. So.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, well, I certainly appreciate you coming through. This has been
fun.
Real fun.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be fun. I knew the moment we started talking before the mics and you mentioned the Ritz. I was like, yeah.
Hey, that wasn't my.
We good.
I lived in the Ritz.
Well, see, you lived in the Ritz. I've been to the Ritz a few times. I can tell you about an experience outside of the Ritz, but I don't think I should talk about it on air.
Okay.
And then, but I lived in the Black Hole. Off of Georgia Avenue.
I know at Georgia Avenue.
So
where did you hang out at though?
So I'm from Kennedy Street, First and Kennedy, uptown.
Oh, okay.
Right, but I lived in the Black Hole, which is like a block or 2 or 3 from Howard University.
Yeah, I know exactly where it is.
So that was my spot. So every day out of the week, I was in there.
You in club? Where you club?
I didn't really club.
Really?
I was in the go-go. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you out on the streets.
I like the go-go. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So the Black Hole was one. Of course, the Ritz. Been to the Classics a couple of times. A few places.
What was the other one where they play volleyball in the back? You know exactly what it is. It's this gay club.
Oh, I didn't know. Wait a minute.
No.
Slow your roll.
Not like that. No. What I'm saying is everybody knew about the club. No, everybody knew about the club because it would be
in Baltimore or DC?
DC. And everybody knew about the club because it would be jam packed, the traffic, and you could see the balls. You can see them.
Oh, this was off of South Capitol.
Yeah, you can see the balls going up. They playing volleyball in the back.
I think this was off South Capitol Street.
Yeah, and you could never get over there because
I know exactly.
I know what they doing over there.
I cannot think of the name. They eventually closed it. Was it near a McDonald's? I feel like there was a McDonald's that people used.
But I would recognize. I'm like, what are they doing back there playing volleyball all the time? And a lot of people, not just homosexuals go, everybody would go. Because it was such
and this
a
club
big
had different nights too.
Yes,
that was other
absolutely.
Yeah. I cannot think of the name of it.
And then you had Chicago.
But I know what you're talking
Chicago's was house and reggae.
Yeah.
So that was straight house and reggae at Chicago's.
And that was downtown. Kilimanjaro's.
Yeah.
The Ibex. I don't know if you're familiar with the Ibex. Okay, that was up the street, right off of Georgia Avenue and Kennedy. Yeah. See, you know, I mean, that's what's up.
Yeah, that's
good.
What they say. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's DC.
Oh, it came out.
Baltimore. It ain't Baltimore.
I didn't even mean for that to come out.
It ain't Baltimore. It
Baltimore.
It Baltimore.
There's a certain the way they kind of do their U's and do's. You know what I'm saying? I know where you're from when you say certain things.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so this been good,
sorry,
you guys.
For my DC to be showing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But this has been good. I appreciate this.
Now this has been fun, man. Real good.
It's been really,
I
really
appreciate
good.
you coming through.
Down and dirty over there.
That's funny. From the A. What's up, y'all? This is your boy G-Wade holding it down, kicking it alongside with my man Deacon.
Dirty.
Y'all know what it is. Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy G-Wade holding it down. And I want to thank you all for tuning into this episode of the G-Wade podcast. Now be sure to subscribe to this channel. Click that notification bell to stay up on all the latest videos and content that we post. And we just appreciate everything.
Oh, and don't forget to follow us on Facebook and Instagram at G-Wade Podcast. Tune in.